With the catastrophic failure of Dubai's man-made islands, many suggest the Dubai miracle is finally over. Starting as a small settlement of 800 people, it is impressive to see how far they came along. But where did it all start? In 1966, the Emiratis hit the jackpot by discovering oil reserves. With that came huge sums of cash for developing critical infrastructure like roads, hospitals, and housing. This turned into the Dubai we now know, a center of business, glitz, and glam. To understand how Dubai got here, it's important to know how it emerged as one of the top destinations in the world, with 14 million tourists just in 2022. At the turn of the 21st century, the city has seen rapid development, with one mega project after the other. It's wrong to attribute Dubai's development solely to oil, which, to be fair, was the economic kickstart it needed. However, the real money started rolling in after Dubai started diversifying its income streams to compete with the neighboring Abu Dhabi. Oil money was invested in strengthening trade and industry. To attract international investors, Dubai created its first free economic zone in 1895, and then went on to add 20-plus zones to its belt. A free zone is an area where companies are taxed very lightly, along with custom duty exemptions, among other benefits. The trick seemed to work as several foreign companies flocked to Dubai, placing it as a global leader in the commercial arena. But Dubai wasn't just lucky with the oil, it's also blessed with a strategic geographical position. Being in the center of the world with a coastline, it was the ideal candidate for developing international airports as well as marine trade routes. With a rapidly booming economy, the hospitality sector wasn't far behind. Giants like Burj Khalifa, Burj Al Arab, Dubai Frame, Emiratis Tower, and the Canyon Tower have flooded its skyline. These iconic buildings prompted a huge influx of tourists and investors alike who were forced to ignore the scorching heat. The Palms, or the man-made islands, were the most ambitious of their engineering wonders. Given that Dubai didn't have much of a coast, it was suggested to create artificial coastlines. This allowed them the space to create floating properties. After 20 years of hard work and $15 billion already spent, the islands look like a scattered mess of sand. With most of the area abandoned, projects on halt, and sand sinking back into the sea, it's safe to say that this was a bad investment. But this isn't the only trouble that Dubai has on its plate. Many more serious problems continue to haunt the future prospects of this city. Why is this mega city failing all of a sudden? And most importantly, what's Dubai's radical plan to be the world's best city by 2040? To understand the issues in Dubai today, let's break it down one by one. Since Dubai was developed so rapidly over the past 3 decades, many key architectural elements were left out, the transport network being the #1 problem. If you look at the map of Dubai, you'll find a confusing web of highways all over the place. Due to the lack of seawalls and other alternative routes, all residents are forced to use the highways even for small distances. These highways are dangerous because of the high traffic volume and loose speed laws in Dubai. In fact, in 2022, 3,300 accidents occurred, significantly higher than last year's figures. If you compare this data to the UK, there's a huge difference. UAE stands at 18 accidental deaths per 100,000 people, while the UK is at 3 deaths per 100,000. A quick look at the Sheikh Zayed Highway, also known as E11, will reflect the same issue. It's the main artery of the city, which supports more than 10,000 vehicles per hour. It's basically just one long stretch through the entire city of Dubai with a few side streets. Moreover, Dubai's popular destinations aren't even connected by direct roadways. The 3.5 million residents of this city require a safe and efficient transport system. More importantly, they need more covered sidewalks and bicycle pathways to beat the dependency on cars. The massive structures cluttering the whole landscape leave little space for parks and green spaces. Not to mention that the construction of the 300 artificial islands made with several tons of rocks has affected the marine ecosystem and the coral life. Will Dubai overcome these challenges? It's wrong to rule out completely. After all, this city is no stranger to building the impossible. The good news is that Dubai's recognized these problems and is working to make amends. That's why they've released a detailed 2040 urban master plan. It plans to make Dubai the most livable city by 2040. How exactly is it going to do that? Let's break it down one by one. Mohammed bin Rashid, the current ruler of the city, has given the green light for the Dubai 2040 plan that encompasses laws for urban development, housing, education, health, as well as preserving nature and heritage. Keeping in mind that Dubai's population will go from 3.5 million to 7.8 million in the next 20 years, a comprehensive outline should be laid out. As the number of people will increase, so will the facilities. This includes an extensive revamp of the public transportation system by integrating buses, pedestrians, and bicycle options for residents. It aims to place at least 55% of the population within 0.5 miles of the mass transit stations, allowing them to reach 80% of their daily needs and destinations. Cycling lanes would be laid down across the Emirates as part of a move to encourage healthier lifestyles and cut traffic. Bicycles and pedestrians can make use of green corridors that will be established to link the service, residential areas, and workplaces. This will turn Dubai into a 20-minute city by removing the dependency on long highways. Moreover, 5 main urban centers will be developed, out of which 2 will be completely new. The plan is to create each of these into a fully functional unit that can provide a whole range of lifestyles for a diverse audience. The creation of these urban centers will boost economic growth by providing plenty of job opportunities to its residents. The existing urban centers include Deira and Bur Dubai, the historic and cultural landmark of Dubai, downtown, and Business Bay, which, as you can guess, would be the business capital. And finally, Dubai Marina and JBR, which would focus on hospitality and leisure. The new centers are the Expo 2020, which will include affordable housing and become a focal point for exhibitions, tourism, and logistics sectors. The last sector, named Silicon Oasis, would be a hub for science and technology, attracting talent from all over the world to drive innovation and a digital economy. A staggering $680 million would be set aside for creating 86 square feet of green spaces. As a result, wildlife sanctuaries and natural rural areas will encompass 60% of Dubai. Seems like the Emiratis are bringing the much-needed balance between nature and construction technology. But that's not all. The sea, which is the all-too-loyal partner of this city, would be reformed too. There'd be a 400% increase in size of the public beaches, covering an area of 10 million square feet. This would cost Dubai almost 400 million AED, which converted into US dollars is 136 million. The extensive coastline would provide space for 35,000 families for beachside living. Keeping in mind that the population of Dubai will be doubled by 2040, a plan for sustainable housing is more necessary than ever. Under this plan, old districts would be revitalized, amounting to 1.7 billion square feet of land for housing. The stated objective of this scheme is providing integrated and diverse housing options with the highest planning standards, including green areas, commercial centers, and recreational spaces. This will cater to the citizens' housing needs for the next 20 years to come. The design allows integrated townhouse complexes in which multi-story buildings can be built. In the first phase, more than 4,000 plots and houses will be provided. As there are many people who, due to financial constraints, can't avail this opportunity, the United Arab Emirates has got them covered too. For this purpose, interest-free loans of up to 1 million AED will be available for eligible candidates. To take it a step further, a digital platform for those enrolled in the National Housing Program would be launched for citizens to exchange grants, land plots, and housing units among themselves. Next up is the stunning village of Hatta. Being a centuries-old site, it features impressive hills, stone houses, and a traditional water system. It's another national treasure for Dubai, being marketed as a tourist site. A sustainable hydroelectric power plant will be built to support the energy needs, all while preserving its natural beauty. Hatta would be developed in partnership with the private sector. Transportation and hotels will be constructed to facilitate tourists and locals. All this will help strengthen the tourism and agriculture sector, contributing 32% to the GDP. All these plans may look nice on paper, but the reality is much more complex than that. It's time to look at the actionable steps Dubai's taking to make these dreams a reality. Starting with the Dubai Reef Project. This would be an artificial reef covering an area of 77 square miles. Extensive use of the sea for leisure and export purposes has had an adverse reaction on marine and coral life. Dubai's coast has been greatly impacted by oil digging, dredging, and reclamation projects in the past decades. The Reef Project will regenerate the coastal ecosystem of Dubai. It aims to protect from storms while also providing a habitat for wildlife and fish. This construction innovation will provide a home to more than 1 billion corals and 100 million mangrove trees. At the heart of the project, there will be a research center working on the conservation of sea life. This floating community will include residential, hospitality, retail, educational, and research facilities. All of this will be powered by solar and hydropower producing clean energy. Food would be produced by seaweed and oyster farms. Dubbed as the largest ocean restoration project, the project will feature floating eco-lodges and resorts to attract travelers and researchers alike. Next up is the Dubai Loop. It's a 58-mile-long corridor built for walking and bicycling. The loop solves two of the biggest problems for Dubai, one of them being the unbearable heat. That's why this corridor would be completely covered to shield travelers from the sun, while also being climate-controlled all year round. It's a project under URB, the same company behind the Dubai Reef Project. Working in close coordination with a 2040s vision for Dubai, the loop aims to make cycling and walking the primary means of transport, instead of car travel for 80% of the population. But the most mind-blowing part of his engineering is converting energy from footsteps to power the entire setup. The running tracks are integrated with kinetic paving, which draws usable energy from every footstep. More than just providing a pathway for safe travel, the loop will also feature leisure and wellness facilities such as fitness stations and sports courts. Tourism assets such as wellness hotels and wellness centers will also be integrated into the loop to promote tourism. Hopefully, this project will transform Dubai into the sustainable, more inclusive, and interconnected city that it always plans to be. While these projects may have caused a stir in the business community, everyday citizens are skeptical about these tall claims. It's more than just about exceptional engineering and the billions of dollars required for this work. Will the unforgiving terrain of Dubai allow human ambitions to turn into a reality? That's something for you to answer in the comments section. We'll be making a more comprehensive video about the upcoming mega projects in Dubai, so make sure to subscribe to Visionary Bells and hit the bell icon to stay up to date with our new videos. If there's any projects you'd like us to cover on the channel, mention them below.